Welcome everybody. Welcome. Don't know if anybody's in here yet, but I saw Kevin from the 15 Lounge. He calls me Scotty. So yeah, that is me. So if he's still here, that's great. I think he's still here, but anyways, I wanted to stop in. I went to the bins today, but I wanted to say hi because we didn't do a live yesterday in our group, so just wanted to come in. Let's see. Hi, everybody. And then also, if anybody wants to join in, I put the link in right there. So, oops, I'm lagging. Can you guys hear me? Hopefully everybody can hear me and can see me okay, but there's the link right there. So there you go. Hi, everybody. Okay. So yeah, I don't know who's here or who's going to show up. It was just a random live, but if anybody wants to join, they could definitely join. Went to the Goodwill bins today, and I spent $9. Let's see, I don't know if you guys can see that, but $9.39. Everything there is $1.59 a pound, and then I did get 3 games, PlayStation game, well, 2 games, but one of the PlayStation games had 2 discs, and then there was a PS3 game. So I got 3 games, and games that at our bins at our Goodwill outlet. Our bins are the DVDs, games, books, all that stuff is 15 cents a piece. So if you want any of that stuff, then you could go do that. And then everything else was, like I said, $1.59 a pound. I was only there for about 25-30 minutes because I had to go. But I popped in real quick and then went around. So yeah, I got 5.62 pounds. So that equaled with the 3. Actually 2 because one had 2 discs, but the 2 games and then the clothing and hats that I got. So Mikey, what's up? You can join me if you want. I put the link in the chat. Hopefully everything is good. I hope sales are strong for you. And you got you got I know you're killing it with the electronics and everything. And I saw your video the other day with the vacuum. Good stuff. Everybody wants to know how to pack a vacuum, how to pack DVD players and all that stuff. And so if you guys aren't subscribed to Mike's channel, go check him out. He knows his hard goods and his electronics. So you can do that. Yeah, he flips a lot of stuff, but definitely got some good scores going on right now and selling them. Lots of video game stuff too, so he's been tracking that stuff down. So there you go. Yeah, we're just talking about going to the bins. So I'll start off. I want to here in California, close to the Bay Area. We're only about an hour and a half from the Bay Area. There's a lot of A stuff, a lot of 49er stuff, and a lot of Oakland Raiders stuff, and Warriors stuff, and all that stuff. So we get a lot of that stuff at the bins, and so. But I wanted to start picking up visors, and so this is a Jamba Juice visor that I got. Very lightweight. Hats are, really lightweight if it goes by weight, other thing. I sold that's awesome. Sold a car. Yeah, that's awesome. Walmart or or Target. Where'd you go? And then I got a new Weber today. That's awesome. Always a good purchase. So no worries. I just wanted to give you the invite if you were there. So yeah, I want to get into visors now. It does have a Jamba Juice. I do sell the if I see them, I like Chick-fil-A and all that stuff. So I did pick that up. Don't know if this will sell, but it's lightweight. Only cost me probably a quarter to pick this up. So I did that. I picked up this Warriors. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this Warriors hat, brand new. This is really clean. So I picked this up. No marks or anything like that. So without tags, I'm going to put new without tags because it looks like it's never worn. It's pretty clean. So this Warriors hat right there. So I picked that up. And then this vintage Oakland A's hat. I got this here. And Ross Burlington. They're very cool. And you can see the old school logos in here. And it's a fitted hat, so it's 7 1/4. So this is a vintage A's fitted cap, and it's pretty clean, if you can see. Pretty clean right there, inside and out. So I picked this up. I don't know how old this is, but yeah, I didn't check the date, but I know this will sell. All those A's fans out there watching Moneyball and all that stuff. So pick that hat up, and that also has the elephant on the back. So yeah, those are the 3 hats I got today. And anytime I go to the bins and I see old school, exactly. I did say old school. How's it going? What's up? Long time no see. We've been doing lives on like Mike's channel and Kevin's channel and stuff, but I did a live last week and I'm going to get back in here. So definitely good to see you. So anytime I go to let me have this. Anytime I go to Lone Star Picker, what's up? Welcome. Anytime I go to the bins, I pick up Under Armour. So this is a mid small. So definitely on the smaller size. I can't even say. But I did pick up. I always pick up Under Armour, and so this is a little bit heavier. This is probably one of the heavier things I got. So that probably cost me $1 something at the bins. This is a kid's sweater, new with tags, and so it's a 2-piece set, but I only have the jacket. And so this is a kid size 4T. So I picked this up. Lone Star says, "Hey Chris, hey Louie." So I did pick this up, and this is new with tags. That's the only reason I got the kid size. So I did get that. Let's see what. Picked up a classic Elf shirt. So if you guys haven't seen Elf, it's hilarious this time of year. I don't know if I'll be able to sell this by this year, but this is a bigger size. So this is a large, extra large. So I did get that, and like I said, even if I have to sit on it, that's fine. I'll be happy with that. But this will sell. I don't know if it'll sell this year. Let's see. I got, of course, for Seattle, all sports stuff I usually get. So I get this is Nike. This is Nike Dry Fit. So extra large in Seattle and the logo. So got that, and I'm spacing who this is. I'm gonna have to look that up. So if any of you guys know, I think that's Johnson, but I'm not positive, so I don't want to say it before I put it in there. I'll have to look it up. Also, another Christmas thing. Let's see. There he is, Lone Star Picker. What's up?
Hey, I'm just getting my phone set up. How you doing, man?
Good. How's it going? Had a long time no see.
A long time no see is right. Yeah. Sorry, I just got in the house. I'm trying to set this phone down. If I use my computer,
No worries.
it messes up. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm Louis. Remind me your first name again. I always forget it.
Oh, Scott.
Scott. Hey, nice to meet you again.
Yeah, good to see you. Yeah, Randy.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. You were trying to go over a haul you just did?
Yeah, the Benz. I picked this all up for $9 at the Benz, and so I'm
nice.
going over see if like Under Armour. I got some Under Armour stuff, some hats and stuff like that. So, do you go to the Benz?
Yeah, I like to go. I've been kind of on the fence, but I did go like at least a couple, maybe 3 times here where I live. I live in Austin. Where do you live?
I'm in Sacramento, so I'm here.
Okay.
So they're going to shut down everything again here today. So I'm trying to get inventory. So I don't know how much more time I'll be able to go to the Benz.
Okay.
So they'll might limit capacity. They're already limiting capacity, but I have other ways. So
do you have a little bit of a stockpile? Like, do you have a little death pile here and there? Or?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I could definitely source and do it. I have a lot of video games and video game systems that I was trying to get for Christmas, and I haven't gotten them all up yet. PS1s, PS2s, PS3s.
Oh, you're in the same boat too, and it's already like
So I've been trying to stock up, and so that's one of the reasons I'm going to the Benz before they shut down on Thursday, and go from there. So you got to call. I'm here in Sacramento though.
Yeah, I went to school in Stockton for a short period.
Oh, yep. Did you go to Stockton High or the other one? I forget what the other one is.
I went to Delta. I went to 13th grade.
Yes.
It was pitiful. And I got out of there as fast as I could. I wanted to go to UOP, but I couldn't afford that.
Yeah, there's a it's crazy down there. I would not want to live down there. Killings all the time and all that stuff. So
I was there the last time in the 90s, and I remember back then I actually got shot at more than once.
Really? Yeah, it would not surprise me.
Like, they weren't aiming at me. I just happened to be in the wrong place,
Yep. Stockton is no place to go. Oakland is worse, of course, but Stockton's no place to be.
I thought Oakland cleaned up a little bit.
It has cleaned up, but I went to the A's game, and we took a wrong turn in the middle of the night, right when it ended, and I was scared. So
if you ever go to like New York and you're not from New York, but for some reason you drive, and let's say you find a parking space that's safe, and if you get lost around the Bronx, forget it. It's like it's terrible.
But Stockton is they're trying to clean it up over there, but still.
Who's over here next to us or this side?
Yeah, there's Kevin. You want to introduce yourself, Kevin?
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, how are you? I'm Kevin.
Hey. I'm Louis. I see a quarter of Kevin. I'm gonna call him from now on when I see him. I'm gonna call him a quarter of Kevin.
That's it. Now you that's all you get.
I'm trying to. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I just saw you were gonna go live, Scott. I was like,
I was like, I got a haul from the Benz, so I wanted to show it off
a little bit.
I did pretty good. I got some Under Armour and some other stuff that I picked up. Of course, Pokemon is hot right now, so I picked up a kid's Pokemon shirt.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then the back.
Yeah.
What's his name on the back? So yeah, Pokemon's doing pretty good. So yeah, not too bad. And then I did pick up a California lottery bag to shove everything in. Because they don't allow you to take the card out or anything else like that. So
how was your sales today?
Sales were good. I've been selling a lot of Christmas candy and stuff before I'm almost out. So it's time to get all that stuff out.
That's a good problem.
Yeah, that's a good problem. Get it all out and coffees and all that stuff. So
did you end up signing up for List Perfectly?
Yeah, I did that yesterday afternoon.
Which plan did you get? I did the 49.
I did the 29, but I'm going to bump it up. I see the limitations. I did the 29 just to start off.
Yeah.
But because all I'm doing is listing from eBay to Facebook. I only have 100 listings right now. So you
Yeah.
have more listings. So that's why I took the $20
You're
plan.
listing from eBay and you're putting it on Facebook?
Yes, Facebook Marketplace is blowing
Yeah,
up.
he does. I do like 5 of them. I do. I
Huh.
was doing it manually up until yesterday, and I was like, man, this is literally so much quicker. What I would do is screenshot each picture, and then I would just save the pictures, copy and paste the title, copy and paste the description, and I would do Macari, OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, Depop, and Grailed, and that took forever. So now everything's literally preloaded with the photos and everything on each one of those platforms. It's 100 times faster.
Wow. Okay.
No
You guys
fees on
yell at
Facebook
me.
Marketplace on shipping right now. So
I didn't
What's
know
up?
you can cross over from eBay to Facebook. That's great news to know. Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
We should get commission for that, but if you sign up, but we don't. So, but it's a good
Yeah.
way.
You guys will be ticked off to me. It's already been a few weeks. I need to hurry up and get on it. I won a free trial. I think it was, I don't remember who it was I think you know the Bolo buddies? What's her name? I
Uh-huh.
can't remember. Yeah, she had some promotion thing, and then the lady that part of that program, she said, all right, just let me know and you get a free 30-day trial. And then I was like, okay, I'm kind of busy
Courtney.
this week.
Yeah, Courtney.
Yeah,
I remember that.
yep.
She had somebody on there. I may have to go back there actually and watch that episode.
It was helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, I love her channel. I've been featured on her channel, and she's interviewed me on her channel. And I think
Cool.
Scott too, right? Didn't she feature your store?
I was going to come on right before the pandemic,
COVID, yeah.
and then I didn't get a chance to go on there. So
Yeah, she has. She's got a good following. I
yeah.
listed one thing in a group the other day about what was it? Oh, about I have a video with Cindy Sorley, who does needlepoint, cross stitch, and then she also does like Afghans. So
Nice.
like 6 years ago, I did a video with her. I interviewed her, and I referred them back to that because somebody asked about like which ones do you know what to get, and I'm like, I said you should check out my video I did. She tells you everything about them, and I got a big bump on my YouTube just from doing that a couple weeks ago.
Lives help a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, she's I love her bolos. Like I'm part of both of her groups, and some of the stuff because she'll look at other people's auctions that are ended and stuff. It's not her stuff, but some of the stuff there, it gets you thinking like, damn, I never knew that. Yeah,
Exactly. Like the thing that you sold today was on there a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, but about the crock pots.
Oh yeah. My girlfriend, what we're gonna do is I make on my second channel. Like I think I'm gonna start with those videos. I'm gonna make a playlist literally for shipping. So we've already done, and we haven't edited them all yet, but we're gonna drop them like once a week, and then do another video a different time of week, but have it all cut. Like she's already finished 4 of them, so we can pre-drop them, not all at once, but just weekly. Yep. But we've done a crystal decanter that was like 12 inches tall, and it was at the bottom was really wide, all crystal, and it had a glass topper or the crystal topper. She did a video for that one. She did the one for the crock pot she did today, which was really good. Yep. Yeah, she did a video on that, and then she's done. I got to get her to do like a suit set, and then a couple clothing ones, and then she did a Guitar Hero.
That'd be good because I like Mike's channel. He was in here earlier. I know he's doing RA for and getting stuff ready, but he did a video the other day on shipping a vacuum, and the only other person I've seen do that is Shed Flips Lonnie, but I don't think he did a good job on it. So I think
I might have to watch his video then, because we have a couple complete old vintage vacuums that I want to list. Like we have an old Hoover, from like the 50s, and it's a stand-up. So we want to sell that one, obviously complete, because it works. We tried it out, and man, that thing could suck up. There's nothing beats an old vintage. I would say 90s and before vacuum compared to nowadays. They're all made like junk.
They are made
like an expensive Dyson, and even then those things break.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. Well, my sister has one of those hand roller Dysons that'll do the floor, and it's like the middle, not the top of the line, but the middle one. And she paid like $220 for that, and like you only really got maybe 60 or 30 minutes of continuous use of it, and then it would die.
Wow.
Even if you took it off and like say it was all charged up, you left it somewhere, it would die. So I was like, I don't know if it was a defect or what, but after like 6 months, she tossed it. And those things aren't cheap.
I would have called the company and harassed them or something. Try to figure
yeah,
out
there must have been a defect. But yeah, then I have a couple other ones. I have Electrolux that is a nice one. I think those go for like 100, 120. That's the stand-up one. That I gotta. So I'm definitely gonna watch his video because I need to figure out how to ship something that long.
Yep, he did a good job on it.
What'd he pack it in?
He was boxing it, so yeah, it was pretty simple, but all that stuff, and then he does bats and stuff like that, which is pretty simple, but and the electronics, the stereo systems and stuff like that too. If you haven't checked them out, you have Kevin, but
I seriously think he is like the most underrated YouTuber. Like Mike is so full of knowledge when it comes to electronics, reel to reels. And like if you watch some of his estate sale videos, they go on like half hour or over an hour each. But man, it's like you're there. So it's pretty cool. Like I like Mike's stuff. He just needs to use keywords. I feel like he doesn't use any keywords. That's why.
Right.
Yeah.
Who is this? I'm sorry.
Mike, I'll highlight his Flipping Goodies right here.
Yeah, Flipping Goodies. Put him in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was in here. I think he left, but he goes.
Oh yeah, I know. I just didn't. I thought you were talking about somebody else. I didn't quite catch it, and so okay. I mean, I see him, and I watched his videos before, but I just didn't know. Yeah.
Yep. No problem. So what are you selling right now, Louis?
What am I selling?
Yep. What have you been selling?
Well, it's interesting. I kind of got behind in terms of my listing, but I've been doing I had some other projects going on. So I don't just strictly do e-com, which I do. That's one of my main sources. But I'm doing a flea market this weekend, so I was out in the carport getting that ready. And some of that stuff. So
you go out and sell at a flea market?
Yeah, there's this. Well, I used to go to a specialty one, and it sucked. This last year, since February, it was I think it was February was the last time, or January was the last time I went, and they haven't had one since. And it costs. It's an expensive flea market, but it's kind of a special niche, which I bring stuff. You can bring high-end stuff and make it have one since. And it costs.
That.
And then I pulled out like 1K out of there like on a week, just one day.
That's nice. Video games and stuff, or
a lot of hard work. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Video games and stuff, or what are you selling? Toys?
No, this is kind of like I said. It's a novelty kind of place.
Oh,
it's called. They've been on TV shows of it. Look it up. It's called Uncommon Objects.
Oh yeah.
And if you ever if you just look up their website, and then they have this thing called Uncommon Flea, they would do it the last Sunday, and I would go to that. And here's the catch: like $60 is not my cup of tea about paying for a 10x10. But I tried it out, and I know a lot of friends that are never coming back, but they don't know how to the game. And I would I'd find these really rare, not these poster prints, but rare pieces of art at the bins. Sometimes I'd find some really good ones, and even just some knockoff ones, I'd bring them, and I come out of there, making anywhere from 5 to 1K, and it's just you got to know how to talk to the people, and you got to have some niches, and they like oddities and stuff like that, and a lot of antiques and kitschy stuff.
Okay.
But on top of that, I got savvy, and I went, I'm going to diversify. I'm like, what do we do? You got to diversify. So I was thinking about what other multiple sources of income. I can do art. I can do some oddity stuff. Once in a while, I found at the bins, I found this big cattle skin that was for the floor. Dude, that was a quick $200,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I didn't pay maybe more than $10-15 for it, for weight.
Wow. That's awesome.
But I used to bring a lot of clothes, so I'd sell vintage clothes, and they paid up. People would pay up. I'd bring in good jackets. I'd put in pins on jackets. And I would basically, curate stuff.
Right.
And it take time, but you know what? I'm getting paid for my time. I'd rather do that, And then, so that was one source, but I'm also, I've been doing some online auctions with a buddy of mine, and so, and then just doing the online, you know.
Very good. On YouTube, you've been doing online auctions.
Yeah, there's a you know that show. I don't know if you heard that I'm doing that show on Mondays. It's called Mindful Merchants.
I didn't hear that. No.
Okay. So it's last Monday was our 11th episode, and we've had guys like, Christopher from Daily Refinement and stuff like that.
Yep. Yeah, we talk about them all the time in their group.
Yeah. And so we're trying to get like a wide range from like just people starting out, but this and that, but it's all just about mental strategies and mental well-being. And so,
nice.
And I thought this is what the YouTube community could really benefit. It's not just about us; it's about everybody.
Exactly.
So it's kind of fun. Yeah. So that's
Dave's in the house. Welcome, Dave.
Hey, Dave. I love Midwest Picker. He always has some fun stuff on Sunday night.
I miss the thing. Yeah, I saw the tasting thing. What was it? The spicy one.
Yeah.
And then Sundays are hard for me for his trivia. He does a trivia show on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's hard for me because I watch football on Sunday nights. So
yeah, there's always all the games. It's like, and then you get caught up in a game, Scott, and you're like, what do I do? Yeah. But you know what?
Exactly.
Sometimes YouTube's okay because the nice thing is like people always. And when I started this show with my co-host, his name's Luis. He's Cali Reseller Luis, and he's a nice guy. Hook up with him on Instagram, and then he's a down to earth guy, but he's business savvy. Like his sales are good, But he and I always like talk sports and this and that. But like you said, like once in a while we're like, let's take a break. It's like
right.
He's the guy that I'm doing auctions with. So on Tuesday.
It's Cali what?
Cali Reseller Luis. Okay. Yeah. He's a really good guy. He's down to earth. He does his, and he'll once in a while he'll invite me on. I'm like, yeah, sure. We did one last night. It was fun. Yeah, that's him.
Is that right?
Yeah. He just changed his logo to like kind of just black.
Okay. Yeah. So there you go. All right.
So what's been going on with you? Like you've been working hard. I got to get on to you about something about Instagram though. But I want to, how you been doing?
You want to get on to me? Okay, that's no problem. I've been doing Amazon. But I wanted to diversify and do more stuff like that. And then, like I said, we've been doing a lot of Facebook. I've been doing a lot of game systems on and clothing on Facebook.
Yeah, I want to get back to more gaming. I got you just said it. Like I probably got 2 or 3 PS1 or PS2s, and just got to get games, and I got a GameCube, bunch of stuff. Nice. Like I got to get rid of it. It's like
I have an N64 over here that I got to test and stuff like that. So it's with a couple controllers. Yeah.
It's like, but here's the good thing, Scott. I think you guys, and you both would know this, is get it in now is probably the best time. And if you could just, put like a warning at the bottom, not guaranteed to get it by Christmas, but, but I think a lot of people buy it even after Christmas because they'll get those gift cards and then they'll like spend their money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. After Christmas is better for me sometimes than before Christmas. So
I hope so. Yeah.
You're back, Kevin. Where'd you go?
I had Ashley was finishing up laying the polyurethane on the final coat on the polyurethane on that desk at my office desk.
Yeah, wow. we were just talking about Chris Daily Refinement. So I saw you and Ashley on there this morning.
Yeah,
how'd it go?
I was going to say that when you were on there, right? Yeah, I was watching. I came in late and rewatched it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my girlfriend's kind of following like having a hard motivation time lately with eBay. She does it full time. I have my own job. And I was saying to her, I said, you need more motivation. I know how to get you more motivation. So I was like, I asked Chris last night, and Chris, I know Chris pretty well from doing videos with him. And he was like, yeah, man, come on. Well, I'll have you on. You can try out for like a month for free. I'm like, that's fine. But I think I'm going to sign up anyways because to utilize that group, it's not, and I want her to really be motivated, and it seems like it's working. But it's also going to bring her out of her little shell that she has. She's a little quiet.
I think you're right. Yeah. If you I can't speak for somebody else, but like just the idea of just taking that first step and edge, and then, you get activated in the mind. Once your mind starts like churning like a hamster wheel or a roller coaster, you're like, oh gosh, yeah, and it innate inside you, you're like, you're ready to go. It's like, yeah, let's quit screwing around. Let's, no more pussyfooting. I'm ready for the business. And
well, with Chris,
YouTube is,
with Chris, I like that and I've always said this since I've come back doing videos again. I said that he's really technical. He's the best at being technical when it comes to numbers and how you're going to get there. Kind of like it's not really motivation, but it's more like holding you accountable.
Well, everybody criticizes him like, oh, he's just too like technical or this. I'm like, yeah, duh. And then you can get inspiration because you got to do the work. He's not telling you,
Well, I'm more of a technical guy. I'm more of a technical guy anyways when it comes to that. I also like videos that, I like seeing people find stuff, all that stuff. I mean, that's just what we do, so we enjoy it anyways. But I also like the technical side because it's more about running a business, a specific business that we do, and how you can do what he does. And I know I can do it exactly what he does.
Everybody's business model is different, right, guys? I'm like, everybody's different. And the whole thing is everybody's going to have something to contribute. I mean, even Chris said it when I had him on the show. It's like, we're always learning. There's always something to do, It's like, like he says, like one of his biggest challenges is his FOMO, which is he doesn't want to miss out. So he does too much sometimes, and it's like, get that, so, but like talking in a group like that can cut the fat sometimes. And talking in a bigger group like that, you're going to hear things from different people without having.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. That's exactly why I said to her, I'm like, it's, I can only help you so much. I work full time, but I also have no problem helping her. I know everything about the business, ask Scott. But it's more options out there. Like if we want to take this further than listing 10 items a day, we need to bump it up to 15 to 20.
Well, you let her go at her pace, and just encourage her along the way, and then pretty soon she's like,
I always
let's go.
Ask Scott, right? I always give her compliments. I always
her props. You give her a lot of props.
Always, because she's so amazing at what
not even compliments, but like space, so they can, kind of like it's like that sneaky sly psychology with a child. It's like you want to like kind of remind them that they're able to do this. Oh, you did that? I didn't. Yeah, I did that. And it's like, it's like without having to, because too much pat. It's like a good coach. You can pat them on the back, but until they get off their ass and make that touchdown or throw a good pass,
you're going.
Yeah. Well, my thing is I want to expand the business, and that's who I thought of first. Was like, I know I can expand the business. I want to get someone else to come in and teach them everything. I would call it where's the camera? It's so hard because it's like a quarter screen. Use them as an intern because, dude, when you think about it, our knowledge is gold. Whenever you get to know enough stuff that you do know, we're worth gold. And if somebody believes in that and somebody sees how good you're doing and what you're doing and how I literally started from $30, then it's also helping showing you how to invest and not just think of the quick flip, but saying, okay, well, this may sell certain times of the year. I'm buying low and I'm going to sell it high. I don't care if it sits there. And it all runs hand in hand. Like you can run it like the stock market or like my sales, how I do my sales,
or you can have crazy sales because you're just moving this shit, even if it's at a lower rate. So would you rather move 75% of it and get all that money in and then, just have some kind of cash flow and then move to the next project, even better project,
Yeah. And I was very not skeptical, but I've known him for a long time. And then, of course, some people say stuff, and I take it with a grain of salt because I have my own mind. I think for myself. So, like me and Bill Stoner, we did an interview with them. I haven't dropped it. It was like 6 months ago because I stopped making videos. But I still have it on StreamYard. All I got to do is cut it down and edit it real quickly and then upload it. But Bill's like, I'm really weary about him. I've heard some stuff. I'm going to go hard at him and you be the nice guy. I said, all right.
But that's what I like. When I hear somebody's weary, I'm like, okay, I want to hear the guy. I want to figure it out because like I come from a community, like a spiritual community. They're like, we don't want you to believe this stuff. We don't care. You could think we're a cult, but we're not. Like you have the tools. You figure it out for yourself. Does this work for you? And I like that strategy in business. If this works for you, because nobody's business model is the same. Exactly. Amazon may not be your game, it may not, I don't know, whatever it is that you like and how you do it. That's incredibly like.
Yeah, but when we did it, like he was really weary, and Bill's like my partner with Thrifton Lounge. Like he's been my longest. I think we're still. He's like definitely part owner now, not owner, but whatever you would call owning a Facebook / whatever group. Anyways,
say partner.
Partner, yeah, because I mean he's an amazing guy, but everyone else we've kind of like they all left, and because we did the group 8 years ago.
Wow.
And then we did the YouTube channel 8 years ago, and it was mainly me the whole time. But Bill also did his own videos, and that's why I like Bill, because Bill is just a smart guy. He knows everything about everything, and he's been doing it for so long. But like after a couple questions he asked, right away he was like picking up like, okay, now I see why people pay for this group, because it's not a gimmick. It's really, if you want to take the time and learn from professionals.
I tried to promote him when I interviewed him, about a month or so ago, and he's like, no, this isn't about me. He's really humble in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like he's like, this isn't about me. This is about, let's just share this information. Here it is. If I got something to give, and it's like, okay, that to me speaks volumes when you hear a YouTuber that's giving something back. I love what Clay said earlier about the testing, everybody's test. What did he say? It was like testing their.
Me, Brian, and Chris's. See, I don't think Chris is not an off the wall guy. I think his adrenaline levels would be like, if he won $1 million, like his heart rate would still like be calm. Mine, and I think Brian's would be like through the charts.
Well, he wouldn't be like your standard guy that's like, oh shit, look what I got. There's a deal. He'd be like,
he's like an engineer. His brain is like an engineer.
How can I get that for free? Instead of just like, like he'll like learn how to do the angle, but he's like, he's very methodical.
I definitely think it's not just motivation in that group. It's also connections, because you build connections, and it feels just like it used to be when we used to do YouTube channels and do live listings and stuff, or what are they all, private listings, or we would be behind the scenes and talk about different things, about strategies and what they're doing, how much they sold. Like I remember when Ronnie Hart was doing Race to 10K with Golden Finger Picker. That was fun, and I like those challenges. And when I see somebody succeed, I want to know how they're doing it, so I can be there at that level, and I can
be happy for them and learn,
Huh?
No, just saying, just be happy for them and learn from them. Like,
that's
right. That's what I'll never figure out. I don't know why they do it, but they're better, at it, and that's good. But like, okay, what do I need? And then you get to look at yourself in a whole different way, because it's all about perspective. If you can just figure it out.
Since I've been reselling again, I'm there, because I'm talking about when I average about $55 a sale. And my goal always was to beat Ronnie, and Ronnie's somewhere around 65, 70 on average a sale. Like his is off the charts. But for me, for 45, 55, somewhere in between there, that's great. And I'm myself, if I can dial it in and tinker it a little bit, and that's what I'm trying to fine tune. It's kind of like my brain. I'm trying to fine tune it. So then, boom, I know exactly where I want to go. That's why I'm saying I think Chris's group will be perfect for me, and mainly Ashley, because then I take advice from Ashley. Even though she just started doing this a year ago, I still take in her advice and listen to her. Whatever she says, I've learned to kind of roll with, because it's always great. Not saying that my gut's good. My gut's pretty good. But I also listen, and I don't care how long you've been doing it. If I can learn something quickly, and I can pick up that this person's moving up quickly like Brian is, then boom, I know where I need to be. I need to follow him. I need to follow Chris or whoever else in that group and get to where they be at. I'm there. Like mentally, I know exactly what to look for. I've always been great at this. My thing is fine tuning that, where I can just make it so I can quit my $60,000 a year job and do this permanently. I have so many things. Like my ultimate dream would be like open up a brick and mortar for vintage clothes. And I know exactly how I want to build it. Why? Because I've been in so many of those type of hipster vintage clothes resellers that I know what works.
Yeah.
So seeing that, not only when I go in those places am I thinking about buying and purchasing, I'm looking around. I'm taking everything in. Like, if I ran a business, and I even was asking this person, this lady has been owned this one place in Gainesville for 20 years, man. They make a killing. All the hipster college kids come in, and she tells me just good customer service, not pricing everything so high, but pricing things at a decent market, which is like still enough for me to buy stuff and flip. And they get some good stuff. So it's like, okay, now if I own a store, I know exactly what I need to be at there. And then I see estate sales, and I've seen the ins and outs of estate sales because I know a couple of people that do their own estate sales. So like I could go that route, you know, group up with some buddies and get an estate sale company. But then I see how hard working it is, how long hours it is.
But you know what? That's what all this is about. Like, how can you refine it where, like, you know, I was telling Scott, you know, like, where can you get, you know, diversify your multiple sources of income? Like, if you got that brick and mortar, okay, you got it. But who can manage it for you that you can trust? So that way you're the guy that's going to go out and get the stuff because you already have that connection or whatever. Once you build relationships, you got to be careful because then you can't stop. But then you can't just only source. So, you know, where are you going to get that other level up? It's like Chris talks about it from time to time. Like, when can you get that one extra person? Just a little help. It doesn't matter what it is. Like, just have somebody come in for 3 hours a day and take pictures, or, you know, even once a week or something. Just anything to kind of go, oh, and then you're going to see your sales flow.
That's why I said call it an internship. I know there's many people out there. If there's people in my area, hey, listen, I'm looking for somebody to work 3 hours a week. It's not paying, but I'll show you everything. And if you want to come along and go with the rides with me, I can show you what to look for, you know, because I mean, I can't afford it. But again, if this was me, and like right now, I just started refinishing antique and mid-century furniture, right? If it was me, I would love to. I would intern for somebody to learn woodworking for free.
Would that be nice?
Only because it's going to give me that experience. Now you can go do things on your own, right? Sure. I'm not saying you can't. But I'm just saying, hey, if you can help me 3 hours an hour, three hours maybe a week, maybe listing or pictures or something, you're going to get return in gold, you know. And I can show you when we go to places what to buy and what to sell and how to list everything.
That's,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Clay's doing sort of that for Brian, but he's not doing an internship. He's doing a couple hours. But you guys remember lots of Josh from Harry Tornado? And
I saw his video today.
Yeah, I saw his video today too, and I was like, honestly,
he had a video today. He came back.
Lots of Josh came back for a video and explained, hey, I couldn't make it on eBay, and not everybody can. Not everybody can make it on eBay.
You have to have a certain skill set, and you really got to be focused. Like, I can get there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I know my girlfriend.
I think you said one of the. I'm not going to say it's the 100% of one thing, but I think really it is. For me, it's strictly about being able to focus, hyper focus. And Chris, that's what being refined is. It's like if you can just like every day hone in on that one. Like everybody talks about goals, but I'm like, fuck the goals. The goals are the end. The path is daily aims. Make every day. Make it. You better have at least 4 or 5 aims. When I wake up, I better have at least one aim ready, like the standard aim. Like, okay, I obviously one of, like, you know, aside from your daily, what do you call it? Like, you know, your householder stuff, brush your teeth, eat quick, you know, get in there and you better wrap those packages as fast as you can, like streamline it. Once you do, but what are your other main aims? Because everybody's, you know, day is going to differ. I mean, there's always emergencies. There's different fires to put out. There's new criteria. There's a deal waiting for you on Facebook Marketplace, and if you don't go get it, you may not make that, you know, $5,000 deal, you know, or whatever it is.
I mean,
you gotta be quick. You gotta be quick and know what you're doing. But you can chase too many things too. You can chase in everything and not make any money. You know, so definitely, like I think, like you gotta focus on the one thing and one thing only. If you're going to do, you know, 10K plus.
I studied when I went back. So I did probably for quite a few years. I did eBay, and then probably like 7 years ago is when I was really on it hot. And like, I kind of got it. And then I took the bad advice. I screwed up my Amazon account but I was like making like $7,000-8,000 in 1 month. And I was like, this is crazy. And I remember how arduous it was. And it was like, this is before they did the FBA stuff and everything. And I was just like, I can't do this all, you know. And then it's like it crashed and burned, and then I was like, okay, I don't know what's going to happen next. So I just focused on eBay. But I remember for a while I went, go back to corporate. And I don't know why I did, but I did. And I did what I know, which is project management. But the number one rule in project management is do not multitask. Are you kidding me? That's all they ask you to do when you're a project manager. They want you to do 5 things at once, and you better, or you get fired. And it's like
I don't think I could ever just do one niche. I just know way too much about all the niches that I can't. I would just be salivating at my tongue, seeing how much money I'm missing out on.
Yeah,
and knowing that.
But you're doing something different. You're taking your knowledge, and if you see something as you're walking down Goodwill, or see something as you're walking down the aisle, you're gonna pick it up.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying is I could never just do no one niche. And I know Ronnie Hart's very successful, and he's successful, and he doesn't do just one niche.
Right.
He does all the niches, and so does a lot of people.
But he sells a shitload of jackets though, and suits.
Oh yeah, that's my
man. Just before all this criteria came down, I was competing with the best of the young kids, and like you said, I can't focus on one niche. That's like that's like gold. That to me is wisdom. Like if you're the type of person that doesn't want to have that one or two like specialties you kind of get or figure out, or at least know. Like I'm not a sneakerhead, but if I find a good pair of sneakers, I'll kind of know. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and I have sold sneakers and this and that. But like when it comes to vintage clothes and stuff like that, I'd go out with like 2 carts of stuff, and I call them the t-shirt rats would chase me to the car. Like, let me have that one. Let me have it. Go away. And it's like, you're not getting any of it, and
it's so funny. When I stopped reselling in 2016, like vintage clothing, like the 90s stuff wasn't even in yet. Right. Yep. And then when I came back,
it was there, but it wasn't like it exploded. Yeah.
No, but it was still good, making good money. But tell me, it was not with like the kids are constantly wearing the mom jeans and the ugly shirts and all that stuff. And now it's like I come back and I'm like, I can pick up right where I left off and make myself a killing because I already know all these keywords and everything that they're looking for.
And somebody's telling me that's gonna die out. I don't think it'll ever die out. I really don't.
Oh, no way. Us as humans go through a 20-year transformation, and we revert 20 years ago, and that's a fact. And I had this epiphany with my girlfriend one night. I smoked a lot that night, and I said to her, I think I figured out the secret. She's like, what? I go, every 20 years, we go back 20, like we go ahead 20 years, but then we go back to what we wore 20 years ago, what we collect 20 years ago, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all that stuff,
I can totally tell you why. Like my daughter, she actually went back 30 my daughter just turned 18, and she was like, Dad, fuck those hipsters. And I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, that's their generation. She's like, yeah, but they're all a bunch of posers, and they're, and I'm like, and she was like strictly on the punk in the 80s scene, like she wanted all that stuff. She was like, let the 90s have the 90s. They're gonna, she's like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, and there's some things about it like, like the mom jeans she would wear, whatever. But it's like
so much variety now with clothing.
There is. Yes.
You can wear whatever. Like I like to say myself more as normcore. If you look up normcore, you'll quickly see what it is. I just put a bunch of things that don't match, and I put them on, and it doesn't matter. I don't care. And I'm like, I've been wearing it like this for years, and now they have a subculture called normcore. Perfect. This is what Shia LaBeouf. He's the one that kind of started it. It's like
no, he did it. Shit, dude. There was guys in the '80s when it was hip to be a punk or whatever. Your big hair. I was fucking wearing whatever I wanted. And that was just a little before grunge. People were like, "You're not even a hippie. What are you wearing?" I'm like, "I'm wearing whatever the fuck I want." Because I was on the West Coast. Like and I would get yelled at by my family. You don't even match. And I'm like, I don't care.
That's just how I've always been, though. I've never cared to match. Like I don't. I don't know. Whatever. Like,
this is just a shirt I found. I don't even. Where am I going over here? This is a shirt. The only reason I found it was Fear the Walking Dead, and it said season 5. They just finished like season 3, and they started 4, and which means somebody was already filming, and they film it here in Austin and Texas, and I'm like, this is at the bins, and I'm like, why are they? What? They're gonna have a season 5? Like I knew they were already like into 4, so it was like. the precursor, you know, and it's like, I don't care. And then people are like, why are you wearing this? You know, what does this have to do with, you know, it's like, what difference does it make? You know, and it's like, I'm wearing something that I like, you know, and it's like,
that's all that matters. Like, I don't care. I'll wear a, what is that? One of those My Girl ponies, whatever. If it's a bright color with sweatpants,
I'll go like this. I'll go
socks on.
It's clean.
No, I'm not. You can ask my girlfriend how many times I've gone out wearing sandals with socks, like a sweatpants and like a t-shirt in the middle of summer in Florida. It's me. I don't care. But
it's cold up here, and I'm still wearing like, you know, shorts and stuff, and it's like, I feel like sometimes all my friends are like, come back to California, and I'm like, nah, I'm fine in Austin.
No way. Everyone's moving to Texas from California. Elon Musk just announced it. Hewlett Packard announced that they're moving from California to Texas.
Bro, look! I was there at 5 o'clock this morning. Look at my Instagram posts and my stories. Elon Musk, but I already knew he was coming to Texas because he's been trying to blast all those rockets down south near the border. You know,
he just had one explode on Landon today.
That's sad. That's sad.
Yeah,
do you know how much that was?
What?
You know how much it was worth?
Oh, of course, it's money.
It's close to $1 billion of just.
Oh, he's like a couple $100 million away from Bezos. They were talking about.
That's crazy, crazy man.
It's insane. Did you know that Tesla's worth more than Chevy, Chrysler, and Toyota combined? Just from stocks, basically. Just that's what it is. These companies, they're smart enough to get into stocks earlier, because it pumps up their value and their worth. It's so bloated what that company's actually worth.
A pothead couldn't outdo them all. This Elon Musk is like one of the biggest potheads out there. This guy is like so focused. But see, that's just it. It's back to that what you guys were talking about. It's like he's just, you know, being able to focus and really know what your prerogative is and what your determination and where your drive is. You're gonna go like this guy. To me, I'm wondering about Musk. I don't know enough about him yet. I've been reading for years.
I have a friend. His husband has a patent. He's the only guy that has a patent on the moon. And he works hand in hand with Elon Musk. He works like they'll have dinners together. Like whenever they have a shuttle launch and he's in town, they'll have dinners together. He has a picture with Buzz Aldrin and Elon Musk, him and his husband, at a dinner together and everything. The one I'm
worried about is Lex Luthor. What's his name? That owns Amazon.
Oh,
Bezos. Can't stand that guy.
That's Lex Luthor, dude. Fucking, he's already in the government.
You cannot allow one person to try to control everything. It's just good. It's not going to work out in the end.
It's psycho. It's so psycho.
It is.
It is psycho.
It's power. He wants power.
He gave half his money away to his ex-wife, and then just recouped it.
Dude, she's the richest woman in the world. Right. She's the 13th richest person in the world.
Yeah.
Because of that divorce.
She's not going to have it. She's got some locks down there. She's got some stuff money coming in, but it's just enough to keep her for life. But he's the one. He's got, man, imagine if those 2 or 3 of them collaborated, like
that's what's very scary. That's what's really scary. And it's starting to get that close. It's getting there. And it needs to be stopped.
They have each other's cell phone. Trust me. They don't talk.
Yeah.
I heard you through Google. That's okay. Amazon's been listening to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. That's why I said it the other night. We have a Alexa. Good thing I don't have anything to hide, but I'm always like this. She's listening to everything.
A Google guy. I will never have Alexa in my house, and it's bad enough we have computers because I used to see my computer go boop.
I unplug it every time.
You know what I say about Alexa? I go, that bitch knows everything, because she does. She knows everything you're doing, everything you know, everything you're thinking. That bitch knows everything.
Of course. I'm not going to say anything. This is why they want you home and not going out working.
They're mining this data right now.
They are mining. They're going to come get me.
I love the freedom of Florida.
Oh, man. Like I said, California's shutting down, so.
Bro, you don't think I guarantee, people think, oh, that's conspiracy theory, but I'm like, well, don't you think that's a plausible thing? Is that we're on YouTube for a reason? This is our new Trust
Well,
me.
you gotta be careful. As of today, they announced in January, they're going to be. We probably should talk on air what they're doing because I just watched a video. It's kind of racist, reverse racism. How they're going to be grouping videos together and how they're going to put them in front of people. It's going to be grouped by race and gender. They have the algorithm.
Well,
yeah, and it's going to be not good for us. Let's just say that.
I was just going to say, isn't that a form of like a digital segregation?
They've already been doing it.
Yeah.
Like that's what we're on Parler and moved away from Twitter. I left Twitter a long time ago. I almost got fired.
I never did Twitter.
I had a troll call up.
Oh yeah, the troll. I remember the troll.
And I almost got fired. They actually went above my owner's head to actually corporate, and I had to actually have a Zoom meeting with corporate human resources with Allstate because of a troll.
Really?
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that they just did is they're going to put commercials in front of everybody's YouTube videos. They're going to double their money here just in the next month because of that. Their ad revenue is going to be crazy.
As long as you're not monetized yet, and as long as you're like new, until they, and hopefully it's not going to be hard anymore, but like they're just going to like, we don't care. We're still putting these things up, and you're going to have to work to get your 1,000 and 4,000 hours,
Well, Kevin's still monetized, right? You're still monetized. I'm still monetized, but
I haven't been monetized for 5 years. My biggest check was on one video for like $380. I think it was the one I had 60,000 views on, and then I just stopped making stopped making videos, man. And I was blowing up back then. I'm saying to myself, if that was me back then, I'd be getting the views that.
But it's a lot. 4,000 hours is a lot for a new YouTuber, especially when you got all these people out here doing all this stuff. So
but you know what? The variety is great because you can pick up a little bit of anything on anybody's channel.
Definitely, I agree.
And that's what's great about it.
But all you need, Scott, is that one to kind of go semi-viral or just really pick up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And shout you out.
Yep, exactly.
That's all you need. A big shout out.
That's sort of like Bearded Picker did with his Monopoly thing. He just had that one video and then he just blew up right after that, and he's been big ever since. So I think he's
Kathy.
What's his name? Brian that bought all those fucking Monopoly games. And to this day, when he used to do his lives, he hated me for a while. And then he goes, "Oh, I realize you're not a bad guy. You're just giving me a hard time." And I would just sit there and laugh. And I go, "What the hell are you going to do with all those things? Why don't you give him away as free?" I would just, every time I go on his live, I would just give him shit about it, And one day Bearded Picker was there and he's like, "Louis, you're just running it in the ground." I'm like, "I'm going to run." And he laughed, and I'm like,
Yeah, I would say the two biggest thing is consistency, and then, like I said, a shout out and the consistency. But I mean, Just Me Kathy is the perfect example. She had plenty of fans before she even made a video. Yeah, and I love her. Her videos are fun and awesome. She doesn't really talk much in them, but it's different.
Yeah, I told her to go make dumpster diving videos before she had to, because she already had the following. She just had to go make the videos, and she goes, "Oh, I don't want to show my face." I'm like, "You don't have to do that." Yeah. So
obviously now you know. Sometimes it's better not to show your face. No, not saying her or anything, but sometimes it's better not to show your face. Like
it's interesting that it's an option. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Dashner. He refinishes mid-century furniture, and he gets like hundreds of thousands of views each video. He won't make a video for a month. He'll come back and saw like 100,000 views the first day.
That's great.
He does basically, if you watch any of his videos, it doesn't have his face in him. It's just him refinishing furniture, and he talks over video.
He's got a faithful following, and what he does is highly specialized. And I'm saying this from one perspective. That I have a master's in arts, so art people are loyal. They're loyal as shit, And if you're really good at what you do, and like if he knows his niche, forget it. It's like you can go away for a little while, but they know they're ready to pound.
Because they're getting those subs because they watched almost all his videos before. Yeah. That's exactly how that works. Just like Just Me Kathy. I'm sure people that are just finding her go back to her, because I'm the type of person that I need to watch all your videos. Like right now, I'm watching Just Curiosity Inc. He's from Edmonton, Canada. He's awesome, and I like his videos. I like his style. And the only thing I don't like about him is he doesn't tell you exactly. Some videos he'll tell you what he bought it and what stuff sold for. But for the most videos, and I don't like it because I want to know. Well, come on, you just got back from a big haul.
You know, everybody's going to have their own little way of doing. That's fine.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I like to follow people's journey. I like to see their journey. So
yeah,
it's fun to watch them.
Awesome.
Well, let me ask you guys this. So, like, watching their journey is part of the whole inclusionary, like, reason and you know, why you ascertain, like, you have to ask yourself at one point, like, you come on YouTube and you're kind of go like, why am I here? Like, why am I here just to entertain myself? Is this, you know, or not so much what you're doing here, but like, you know, like, because after a while, like, I don't want to point fingers or anything, but like, if you want to call them the godfathers of reselling or whatever niche you're watching, or I don't care what subject, on fixing cars, or like, why are you watching that person? And do they have anything that they're really gonna you're learning from, you know, like,
right.
And it's like, I found myself less and less and less, with no disrespect. Like I said, it's not that I'm like, I don't like them. It's like, I just don't have time for them, you know? And it's like,
me and Kevin talk about this all the time. We talk about this, you know, how the whatchamacallit, how you could watch somebody and you don't learn anything from them. So they're not giving you anything, right, Kevin? That's what we talk about.
No, I agree 100%. That's why I'll still go back to videos.
Yeah.
From I call them, you know, I call them, what do you say? Everyone says old school or OG thrifting, but I kind of am one of those. So I would say the masters. My masters would be learning underneath Ronnie Hart, Chad Goldenfinger Picker, Steve Rakin. Rakin would probably be the biggest one. Bonafide Hustler. The Gilmans, a huge influence. So I know whenever I talk to them or I watch their videos from a long time ago, that stuff still holds up today. That stuff's like the stuff that Gilmans find, those replacement.
It holds up really nice, yeah.
Oh my gosh, the replacement vacuum parts that they all still sell really good. Kitchen
this is the key to why, like, people, when you hear this, and it's not a criticism and it's not anything, it's just my observation of, like, probably about 80% of like YouTubers will go, oh, you know, I'm listening to it in the back while I'm working, which means they're just listening. They're waiting for that moment when they go, oh, what do they say? Oh, this is new. Or
me and
whatever.
Brian said that today. That's what Brian said today. He goes, because I said my girlfriend wants to know because she needs to watch it or be on the camera, you know, live and pay attention. She's like, because she writes it all down. And I said, how quickly did you stop doing that? What did you do? He says, I for the last 6 months, I probably watched 20% of the time. I'll be doing stuff in the background. And like you just said, I'll hear something or he'll go to like a sheet. He's like, and then he's like, I'll pay attention. Because
it's not a bad thing. I think it's really respectful for you. And in a way, you're doing them a service. Like, I'll just pick two guys. Like, I listen to a lot of people, but I've also, like you said, you know, like we said, I'll go down to the 20% mark of like, and I'll leave them on sometimes. And just out of respect, I'll give them some hour time. Like, I'll let it play on my TV because I'll Google cast it. But like, there's a couple guys like Chris, old school picker that was in here. You know, I
love OSP. He's awesome.
I know OSP is awesome.
Those are two guys that I like. I'm just picking them as an example, not to compare. There's nothing to do about comparing them, but I really appreciate the personality. It has a lot to do with the personality, and sometimes they don't talk about anything that I'm not aware of or that's nothing new. But it is interesting. A lot of times they'll come up with little quirky things, and I'm like, but I love listening to them, and you know, and I would rather listen to them and let the video play from start to finish, knowing that it's like, this is going to somebody that I have a lot of genuine faith in, you know, and I do respect them quite a bit, you know, like if I had to reach out, I don't like to bug Chris and I don't like to bug Matt or anything, but I reached out to them and asked them specific questions or just said hi, and they will say hi, you know. Now, if you get to Lonnie or John, forget it, you know.
Right.
and there's, you know, but
Kevin can.
Go ahead.
Well, that's why, like, whenever I have questions about something, I'll always go to the Gilmans. Like me and Sarah have had so many late nights where we just hung out, had a good time, and got drunk back in the day. And then it's just me and her. She's one of my
nice bond to have. That's a really nice bond. You know?
Yeah, I'll never like me, her, Golden Finger Picker, Ronnie.
There's there's people that, like we were
talk.
talking about before Kevin, we were learning from like Mike and Brian and, and these other small channels that nobody hears of.
Exactly. I feel like the small channels have so much to offer.
Speaking of Brian,
if you look at the bigger channels and Froggy Flips, right? Yeah.
Froggy Flips,
yeah. He's the biggest good example. I love what he's doing because he niched down. It's exactly like eBay, niching down. He knew his audience was basically live in person doing garage sales. And quickly he was able to add those up because number one, he's being consistent with what he's showing out front. Number two, he already got his legs underneath him. And number three, people started watching his videos because it started getting recommended, you know?
With his little touch of frosting personality, you know, it's like really he's a basic guy like us, and you know he'll admit when he doesn't know something or you know or messes up. Like, and I love when guys do that. Go, okay, today I fucked up, and here it is, or whatever, you know. And it's like it's funny. Did you see the video? I don't get to watch Anthony that much, but he put a video out today. I'm like, let me watch him. Let me give him a chance, and I let it play all the way through. And he's like, I put up a booth, and I'm like, okay, this will be interesting because I'm actually going to open up a booth near me.
I want to do that.
And I'm just like, the whole time he's like this. He's talking really quiet because he doesn't want to disturb anybody in the place he's doing this antique booth. I'm like, what the fuck? Why? Just speak up. I can't hear you.
Yeah.
You know, he's like whispering.
But yeah, me and Scott's been spitballing about stuff like future with videos, like, you know what I mean? I always have a lot of ideas. I try to tinker things, but I got to be so consistent to come back. Like what was it? I came back for 5 months.
You will. You know what? When you got a lot to you got a lot of advantages, because I tell you, once you start with just one a week and do that consistency thing you just talked about, right? But take advantage of this. You can do 2 a week. That's even easier by taking a clip of some of that or leftovers of that video and do the you know the thing you're gonna go, that's crap. But do a short, 1 minute.
Well, I think this one this channel kind of dead. I'm gonna start referring people to a thrifting lounge. What was the one I was going to call it? Reselling lounge. My next one.
And then the furniture one. We're going to do the furniture one.
Yeah, furniture lounge. So like the second one is probably going to be more 10 minutes or 5 minutes under video. To send them over there. Nice. And then the other one, like this channel, since it's kind of dead, I'm just going to use his lives. Yeah. That's it. But the other one's going to be more for just 5 or 10 minutes. That's all I'm keeping it, because I feel like people's attention span and how the algorithm works, the longer you watch something. But
isn't the algorithm like 7 or 8 minutes is the sweet spot?
Yeah, I think they say sweet spots around like 12 or 15 minutes, but I want to be like 5 10 minutes, because I feel like people are rushing nowadays. They just
that's how I built my channel when I began. It was all 5-minute dumpster dives. You know? So
that's the same.
Yeah.
But people's paying attention. Then another 5, because once you start if you consistently, I think, run your video for the same amount of time, like 5 minutes or less or 10 minutes or less every single time, people can expect a 10-minute video on a Wednesday or something like that from you. So like you can drop one every Wednesday. It doesn't matter what it is. So I'm trying something with that because I don't have a lot of time on my hands to do that stuff. So I figured 5 or 10-minute video on something I can come up with, or maybe going out and sourcing, because I'm always going out and sourcing.
You don't even have to edit it much. Just let it stream
I don't edit. I'm done with editing. I'm done with the whole intro. I feel like the intro will take you away from holding an audience. You know how you have that little audience, like when you talk about your stats or whatever.
And if you do make it like quick second. That's it. You know, in and out.
Yeah, people aren't gonna. If I saw like a lot of people, like I said, the point with Curiosity Inc. My biggest pet peeve of him is that his thing goes on for like 15 seconds, and to me, it's 15 seconds too long, bro.
Right. So, Dave was on my first live that I did. I don't know how anybody found me back then. So that was awesome.
I thought, I saw him already twice today, and he's always sweet. He's like, hey, how's it going,
Dave is
Louis?
awesome.
Like,
Yeah,
hey.
he's the one of the ones that gave me one of my first super chats. I don't know who exactly was the first one, but Dave gave me one of my first super chats.
I think Dave was one of the first people that followed me. You know, like I don't have that many. I got like a couple, a few hundred. It's like Dave was always there, and I'm like, hey, thank you, Dave. You know.
You got it.
And now he's doing those tasting things. You see his tasting things? He's eating Dr. Pepper.
The tasting, yeah. And I think it's smart. I think what he's doing is smart, because you know what to expect. I'm a little jealous actually. So it's
never too late. Other people are doing it. The thing is to come up with the next crazy phase, whatever the cool thing is. Even like having like a toy thing, like opening.
I knew it was Dave or him because they were both right there. So there you go.
Nice one. I remember when I found. Remember me and you found Texas Treasure and Clay?
You found him, and then you brought me over to his channel. So that's
because late at night sometimes what I'll do is I'll put in the hashtag eBay, and then you just put live. Like if you instead of there's options where you can put an hour ago, a day ago, a week ago, the highest rated. But if you could do live,
hashtag eBay. Do you have to put a hashtag live or just hashtag eBay live?
You can do hashtag eBay. You can do hashtag reselling or hashtag Poshmark. And somebody that's checking Poshmark, if they like, hey, I want to watch live like I do, I'm sure there's other people like that. They'll click the live, or you may show up the first because you're live.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It depends who's live at that time, who else has that hashtag.
Right.
That works out pretty well too.
I'm lame when it comes to that. I mean, I should know better. My daughter's always dad hashtag and I'm like,
So tell me about my Instagram, because my Instagram sucks. So tell me about my Instagram.
I never said it sucks. It's like,
it does. I know it does. So.
I mean, this is just my perspective. I've been using Instagram, and I talked to I had DC Picker on the other day, and I said, so I asked him, you have a fucking mega following on Instagram, but and he said, and he explained, and he says, and he would never do it again. And I kind of disagree with him a little bit, but he doesn't see the connect. I said, so you don't see, I guess the term I called it was, you don't see cross-pollination. Like you don't see people going from Instagram back over to YouTube, because I've actually had that experience already in the last month. 3 people from Instagram came over and I've gotten subscriptions out. So, but maybe it's a networking thing. I work hard on Instagram. I really do make efforts to kind of reach out and say hi to somebody, like a post. I could just write a comment. And I actually look at yours quite a bit, Scott. And I'm like, why the fuck have you not done any posts? And I'm like, I'm so mad because the last one, am I wrong? Tell me if I'm wrong. The last one is the dumpster with milk in it.
Yep. That's the last one. Yep.
I maybe it's my own curiosity, but I'm really strangely wondering, when is he going to put up another one?
Right.
And I mean, something simple, it could be hey guys, I'm on in 5 minutes. Just whatever.
Yeah, I know.
It's good. It's a good tool. I'm not saying you're wrong, and I'm not saying you're you're bad.
You're 100% right. So don't. You're not hurting my feelings. I just want to hear.
No, I'm just curious. No, because I'm telling you, because I really like watching and seeing your stuff. But I'm Instagram can be your friend. I'm not saying spend fucking hours on it. I go on there in the morning. I do my thing. I give 5 minutes to it, and that's it. And then I'll put my stories up throughout the day. If I happen to eating something, snap. People love food. Boom, throw it up there. If I find a bolo, maybe I'll put that in. If I'm one day I found a shitload of Willie Nelson shirts, and I got them on a crazy deal. I did a little thing on it, and it's but it can be fun. But for me, it's promo. It's I'm a sales and marketer, so it's here's my next show. Here's this.
Yeah, because I have a bunch of followers.
You do. And you can have more too.
So yeah, my Instagram definitely needs to go up. So
here's my suggestion. I don't give advice, and and you can ask Kevin what he thinks. He may differ, but it's I think if you get it to where don't spend a lot of time on it, but use it to your advantage. Use it to cross-pollinate. See if you can get just if it's only one a month. Just get somebody.
You know who does great with that is Dave. Dave does really good with his cross-posting for his videos.
Cool. Yeah, he does. He has some stuff up. Like, yeah.
On his Instagram, he's always promoting his, spicy challenge or whatever. So,
Well, and I like it because somebody on YouTube needs to get a hold of you. What do?
Yeah.
We do this, or just reach me out on Instagram. And then half the time, more often than not, on the YouTube site, people don't have Instagram. And I'm like, what? You get YouTube, you get Instagram people. They're like, yeah, I can go to YouTube. Well, of course you can. Just log in.
Little mini me's great. He's won a few months, so but he's tearing apart the Christmas tree. So
how old is he?
He's a 1.5, almost 1.5. So he's like 4 months, 3 months.
See, even stuff like that, like you'll get people to love. Just show a little picture, and just like
throw it on Instagram. Yep.
Fun stuff,
Exactly. Yeah. Because
I got 400. Maybe you're not interested. Maybe you don't give a crap. I don't know.
No, I do. I haven't. I did it for a reason, and I haven't been using it. So.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what I'm guilty of, and I know I'm in it. And some people say, "Oh, you're wrong for not doing it." Is I don't use Facebook a lot, and that's like a big place people congregate for YouTube. I heard.
Yeah. Kevin's Facebook group is pretty amazing. There's a couple Facebook groups. That's the only reason I'm pretty much on it. Is for chatting on Messenger, and then the couple groups that I'm in.
Post it, Kevin, so I can go back on there. Maybe I don't know if I'm on it.
Oh, it's Thrifting Lounge.
It's Thrifting Lounge. Yeah. And we'll
look it up. I'll look it up.
Yeah, it's a good group. It's been slow as of late, but there's you can find some good posts. It used to be full of a bunch of spam because it kind of went dead for a while and had a couple of our
but you can start little things, just even something small where like just small posts like, hey, I got something going on today.
That's what I do. I mean, I like to just put what I sold, what I usually sell, and I just post it in there, and I'll be like, bought and paid for, because that's what we used to do back in the day. Plus, I think it's pretty cool. I also like throwing out there like, hey, what have you guys sold today? What's the biggest purchase you've had? Like just random things.
Yeah.
That gets action, but I don't mind it. It's my group, and it is what it is.
You can up your game by, like, if you haven't been doing it for, like you said, a couple months or 3, whatever it is, you can just start off like, what's the 2 things that are the most 2 important things I got to say twice a month, and you can spread those out over 2 weeks. Then it's every 2 weeks. It's like my one challenge of the month.
I like going in there and then getting shitted on, and they don't even know I'm like the founder of the group. It's like, dude, they're like, oh, how do you know? I'm like, because I've done this before, guys. Come on, like, what do you think?
Because I started this, and I'm going to get rid of you.
Do you think I have no knowledge of reselling because I started a group out of the blue? Like, no, because they don't see half the time that says founder or whatever it is.
Right, admins or anything.
And they'll be like, they'll shit on me. And I'll sit there. Sometimes I don't even say anything because I just sit there and laugh like, whatever. They obviously don't know. But for the most part, everybody knows who I am in there from my videos.
Do you guys want a PS5? I know. You know what? I do want a PS5, but I want more games. But I do like the idea of playing PS4 games on there. So that's probably
save money and go on vacations. That's it. I don't do PS5. Like, I don't know. I just buy 2 games every year. One is UFC, if they ever come out with new ones, and then I'll probably be buying the new skate game that they're coming out with. Skate 4.
You do NASCAR.
Yeah, I buy NASCAR every year. I don't care.
But for my PS4, I don't have the Oculus. I want to get one of those. I tried to message somebody yesterday for one for $80 on Facebook. In Stockton. Lodi. She was in Lodi.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, Lodi, California. I haven't heard that in years.
Lodi is where she's at. And
that's where they started Bartles and James.
Yeah, exactly. So
we used to go there as kids, go cruising and pick up on girls. I went to high school in Linden High School.
In Linden? That's little, right? Isn't that like small?
Well, it was back when I went. It was so tiny. Like they would send like 2 or 3. The max was 4 kids from like Oakland that were like in trouble, and they would integrate them in our school. And I'm like, why are they here? And because they were like not quite violent, but they were the bad kids. Either smoking or stealing or something. And then it's like
alongside the tracks.
Now, how long has the Thrifting Lounge been around, Kevin?
8 or 9 years.
Oh,
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
Wow.
What type of vacation? Man, I missed out on Johnson City, Tennessee last year because COVID. So probably I want to take a hike out in the mountains in Virginia, Tennessee border line.
Nice.
And I want to go to hike and sleep out one night. So that would be a good vacation to actually do. I wish we were able to do that last year. That's what our plan was. We were going to do the suspension bridge in Tennessee too, but we weren't able to. Yeah.
You got love from Danny May.
Hey, Danny, how you doing? I missed my window in November. There was this place. It's South Texas. It's a national park. It's not it's also, there's a small part of it's a state park, but it's a national park. They have these canyons. Oh, what do they call it? If I mention it, you go, yeah, I heard of it. But it's like major canyons down. It goes all the way to the border of Mexico. And it's like,
oh, that's cool. Yeah, Texas would be fun to go visit. Like, but then I look at the drive from where I live to there. It's like 18 hours. I'm like,
and add on top of that, the drive within the state of Texas is crazy. It's just,
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you don't. It's crazy. Like, go from El Paso to maybe like Dallas. That's like already half a day, you know. And then you go another from Dallas.
That's like California, though. That's like California.
Yeah.
You just
Florida's up there too, but it's just skinny across. But if you go up and down, it's pretty long.
Brian has a good point.
I want to go on it. What he's right on his.
Yeah, big
yeah,
fan.
right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I keep all my receipts. I call everything a tax write-off.
Heck yeah. That's my big goal. I'm kind of sloppy on my receipts and stuff. That's my big daily refinement I'm going to do starting here. I should have started it just to kind of get the wheels rolling this one, but I'm going to have to start in January, just get my books in order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna H&R Block. I literally had whole box full of my receipts from last year. All of my eBay receipts for paying all the fees and everything. All my receipts. And I dropped it in because COVID, the guy came out. I said, okay, I did it. This is my taxes for my regular job. This is my taxes for eBay. Here you go. And he's like, all right, well, we should be done tomorrow. I'm like, okay. That's what I was told. Just go in there and drop them off and they'll do them. So, and he did a great job of it.
So there you go.
$1,000 out of all the stuff I made last year. But I probably spent like $30,000 worth of inventory last year. But that is setting me up for the future, you know? So it's not going to matter to me because it sets me up for the future. Plus the tax deductible. So I didn't really claim any profit last year.
The main thing is keep Uncle Sam off your ass, you know? It's like,
oh yeah. And that's why I dropped it to the guy. But we have someone local at this place I just moved at. I may see how much they charge and then go through them because I want to
make sure they know a little bit about e-commerce and like, you know, how good are you at this?
Yeah, of course. Because I also want to ask about getting a business license, how I would do it, what's going to be perfect for me, you know, tax advantage. Because I'm going to go, because I have to be 1099 for my job now because I work from home. So I'm going to be 1099 next year. And then also eBay is going to be 1099. So
you're going to write off one room. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm going to write off everything from my job to everything I do for eBay.
I'm writing off half my house with all the death piles in the rooms that I use.
Yeah.
I'm writing off the toilets.
We're reaching in almost an hour and a half here, so we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, I gotta go.
But you guys stay here, and then we'll close it out. Okay. So.
Don't be like Brian. Don't be like Brian and shut everything down and leave us and not be in there.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be like Brian.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks for cutting us off.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome, Rocho. Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. I think we had like 10, 15 people in here. So
yeah, it was fun.
Yep. Later.
Subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Yeah. Hit that like button. All right. Bye, guys.